In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the very affordable Amazon thermostat. We're going to be taking a look at its features and see if it is worth the price. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Steve from the YouTube channel Steve Does, and I want to thank you for joining me here at reviews.org. So, the Amazon Smart Thermostat. This just came out last month at an incredible price. I think it's about $60 for this thermostat right here. This is Amazon's first attempt at a smart thermostat, but they didn't do it alone. If we take a look here on the box, this was actually made in collaboration with Honeywell. Now, Honeywell has been making thermostats and HVAC systems, everything for I think 120, 130 years. So they have got a lot of technology and a lot of smarts coming in and making that partnership. Now, the interesting thing with this thermostat right here is that even though it is a smart thermostat, you're not going to be able to control it like some of the other more expensive thermostats. But we'll be covering that a little bit later. Now, I also want to mention, as far as the installation of this thing, I'm going to be doing a separate video on the installation, and that will be posted several days after I get this video up. So if you are interested and you did pick this up and you want some help with the installation, make sure you're subscribed so you are notified when that video is posted. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box with this device. Okay, so something I do want to mention before we take a look is that this is the bundle that does not come with a C-wire. If you have an older house, you might need to get the bundle that comes packaged with a C-wire. There is a questionnaire that you can take on the site that will ask you some questions to determine if you do need that package that comes with that extra piece or not. But here's what comes in the box with the kit that does not need the C-wire. We have got the thermostat itself. On the back, this is going to plug right into our wiring kit right here. Here is the wiring kit. This is going to pull down and then all of your wiring is going to plug in there. We've also got screws and wall anchors. We've got a plate that goes on the back. So if you do need to cover up more of a space than this thing right here, you can put the wall plate on. We've got our instructions that come with it. And then we also have this tool right here, which is going to be Phillips head on one side and a flathead on the other. Okay, now that we've seen what comes in the box, I'm gonna get this thing installed and set up, and then let's test it out. All right, the thermostat is set up and installed. It is pretty basic if you're just looking here at the device. So we've got the small little dots. Can you see those? There's a dot there, a dot in the middle, and a dot on the side. Those are gonna be the 3 buttons for this. So this one is going to be up. We've got this one down, and then in the middle is going to be for mode. So if we tap mode, we've got fan on, and then here we are turning on the device. So we've got auto AC. So this is gonna be our our cold. We can adjust it from there. Tap it again. We're gonna adjust our heat. This is gonna be in the middle, what we want it to do. Tap it again. This is going to be AC on with the fan on. We've also got, if we want our auto heater on with the fan on, we've got just cool. Can adjust it from there if we want. Cool with the fan on, heat with the fan on, and then off. So those are the basic functionality you are going to get out of this thermostat from the thermostat itself. But let's go ahead and dive into the app and see what kind of features it has. Okay, now let's see what kind of functionality we're going to get out of the app. So I've got my Amazon Alexa app loaded up right here. Up at the top, I'm gonna swipe over and we're gonna click on thermostats. So one thing to mention with this device right here, it does not have a microphone or a speaker built into it, but you can control it with any of your Echo devices. So whether you have an Echo Dot, an Echo Show, anything that has Alexa built into it, you're going to be able to control this device right here. Nope, I do not want that to be activated. Okay, so here is what it looks like when we load it up. Currently, it is off. We can go ahead and click on the off button right there, and it's going to give us the options for selecting heat, cool, and auto. I'm going to go ahead and select auto for this demo right here. So it's loading up right now for our auto settings. So the auto settings means it's going to keep it between these temperatures right here. Now, typically what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and put mine to 78. So if it gets warmer than 78 in the house, it'll turn on the AC. If it gets colder than, we'll say 68 right there. So it's going to keep it between 68 and 78 in my house. It is currently 76. You can see that down below. We are in eco mode, meaning that we are saving energy. Below that, we can see the humidity level. So it is 51 in my house, and it is being controlled by a schedule. You can click on the view and edit schedule down below. We're going to click on that. This is going to show you your different schedules and if you want to set those up or not, but we'll take a look at that in a second. I'm going to back out here. Up in the top right corner, you see the gear icon. So that is going to bring us into the settings of this device. So you can name your device right here. It's nice to have it named as thermostat. So that way when you're talking to your smart assistant, all you have to do is say adjust the thermostat, because that is what it's named. So set thermostat to 68, set thermostat to 82, whatever you want it to do, because it is named thermostat. So that does make it easy. Fan is set to auto. We have got the Alexa automatic control. So what that means is that Amazon is going to control the device for you based on their own automatic evaluation. So if we click on that, I do currently have it disabled right now, but you can turn that on. It will actually set your sleep and awake times, so you can set that up if you want to. I don't like when the device automatically sets my temperature for me. I have the Nest Learning Thermostat downstairs, and that thing is always changing the temperature when I don't want it to. So that was something that was a little frustrating at first. I thought my wife kept changing the temperature thing, and I would ask her, like, why are you adjusting it so much? Or why is it so hot? Or why is it so cold? And she's like, I haven't touched it at all. So with the devices, it says it needs to learn your schedule, but there are some learning curves with that, with it auto adjusting when you don't want to. So I like to leave that off, but you can set up a schedule if you want to. So with this schedule right here, this is something that we looked at previous, you can use the thermostat schedule. Now that's something you could turn off if you want to, but if we take a look at the schedule down below, we have got 6 a.m., it's going to set it to home mode. At 8 a.m., it's going to set it to away mode. 6 p.m., so technically, I guess when I got home from work, it would go back to home mode, and then sleep is when I go to bed, and those are all predefined temperatures. So if we take a look right above the days of the week here, we can click on preferred temperatures. So let me click on that, and then here we're going to be able to set our heat mode, our cool mode, and our auto mode. So if I tap on heat mode, this is where I can set away temperatures, sleep temperatures, and then active at home temperatures. So here you can do all of your adjusting through there. And then if we go back here to the days of the week, if I want to say that, you know what, I don't leave home at 8 o'clock, I actually leave home at 7 a.m. So switch it to away mode at 7 a.m. I can go ahead and make that adjustment here in the schedule. But you can also turn off the schedule if you want to too. I know a lot of us are working from home. I'm always at home now. I don't go anywhere anymore. So, I mean, for me, maybe I want to turn that schedule off, set it to auto, and just let it ride. We've also got the energy dashboard. So the cool thing about this is going to give you your energy usage. So at the very top, you can take a look. We're looking at all devices right now that are connected to my Amazon Alexa. But if you want to look at just HVAC or just lightings or just plugs, you can do that. Let's go back to all devices. We can look at energy. We can look at time, so how much this stuff is on. We can look at weekly. We can look at monthly stats. So a lot of cool things that you can check out in that energy dashboard. And maybe I'll even do a dedicated video on it. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below if you'd like a dedicated video on that. Next, we've got a thermostat configuration. So here's where we're going to set our configurations. We've got our temperature units, temperature ranges. So if I click on here, we can set our maximum heat temperatures, our maximum cool temperatures, in addition to our minimums too, meaning that you are not going to be able to go higher or lower once you set that. That might be good as a parent to not let the kids mess around with the stuff and set it into an area like you don't want your heater to go above 90. So to set limits on that. Display brightness, this is going to be the brightness on the actual device itself. So when we were using the device and tapping on it, it was active, and we have a slider right here to adjust the brightness on that. And then inactive, which I think is about 20 to 30 seconds after not touching it anymore, it'll go into inactive mode and dim down. So if, for me, I've got it in my bedroom, so it could be too bright at night, even in inactive mode. So I can drop it all the way down to if I want it to be not be able to see, or it looks like I can go all the way to 0 and just turn it off completely. But let's go ahead and leave it at 3, which was the default. So you can set the brightness on there. We have got our Wi-Fi network connection, so you can adjust it to a different Wi-Fi if you want to do that. Here we have got our HVAC types. So during the setup process, which was in the separate video of the install and setup, it asked me questions on my unit. So here we've got forced air, and then we've got our fuel source. So here is where you can go in and make changes if you need to do that. Connected wire map. Here is also some changes that you can make, and that's something that we did in the setup there too. And then we've got our thermostat icons. So if you do need a refresher on what these icons mean, you can bring this up, and then as you tap each one, it'll tell you down below what each one means. So here we've got a notice icon, so you'd have to go into the app and find out what the notice icon is. So if we back out of that, back out of configuration, we've got our energy saving incentives, so you can save money on your energy bill. We've got air filters, notification, and reorder. So that is pretty cool. So in here, you can set up a notification of when you are going to need to replace your filters in your house. So that is pretty cool and a nice reminder to do for your air filters. So here we have got our connection type, our description of the unit, what type it is, a thermostat, energy estimates, and then general below is going to be setting up time zones, and then below that it's got things like my serial number and manufacturer and all that kind of stuff, which we won't show you. So do I think this device is worth the cost? Absolutely. For $60, I don't think you can beat this deal. You are going to be able to get all of the smart features that you can from any of the expensive units out there. The only difference is that you're going to have a little less control at the device itself. But frankly, and for my use case, I mean, I've got a Nest thermostat downstairs, $250. I've got the Ecobee thermostat upstairs, $250. And once I've set them and once I've got my schedule kind of honed in, I don't really touch them anymore. I don't go up to the actual unit itself and make any of adjustments. I usually just either bring it up on my phone or I bring it up on my smart display and control them from there. So to be able to kind of take that out and drop the price so drastically, I think this is a good deal right here. I definitely think it is worth checking out and looking into. And if it fits your current setup, I think it's worth the purchase. But what do you think? Is this something that you like? Are there other options out there that you want to see? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to know more about any thermostats, check out the link below to reviews.org. If you guys want to see more from me, check out my YouTube channel, Steve Does, where I do a lot of other cool tech reviews. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, I want to thank you for joining me here at reviews.org, and I'll see you guys in the next video.